This is a wooden Thompson & Thompson submachine gun that I got as a gift. Let's get started. So what this is a fully automatic rubber band shooting, shell ejecting submachine gun. So what we're going to do first is an overview and then a front to back, then the firing demo, then mechanism, pros and cons. But first off, this was a gift I got for my birthday, and it came in these like wooden templates that were like, they had like hundreds of pieces and you had to assemble it using like phone book long instructions. But so here is what the finished product looks like. Okay, so at the front we have the muzzle, which looks pretty realistic compared to like an actual Thompson & Thompson submachine gun. Then we have the latch that the rubber bands attach to, and then you bring them back onto these levers right here. Then you go farther back, you get to the handle. This is the secondary handle, and it's pretty comfortable, although it is pretty thin. You can see there's only a few layers, but overall pretty comfortable. It fits my hand really well. Then we have the ejection door and where you put the magazine. The magazine release and insert took me a while to like get used to, but basically after you're finished loading the shells, the magazine should be like this, and you can see there's a shell in there. So what you have to do is go to the lever and push it down, and then you have to make sure that this side is the side going in like this, and then it locks into place. And then to eject the shells, you have to push this back up. And then to release the magazine, there is a magazine release right there. You can just hold that up, push this down, and take it out like that. Then we have the trigger, which isn't very snappy. I mean, because sometimes I just like to go like that when I'm not actually shooting anything. And you can see it doesn't completely snap back into place, but it's not a big deal. And then we have the handle, the primary handle, which is a little more comfortable than the secondary one because it has more layers. And then we have this, which is what the rubber bands come off of from this little gear system. And then when the trigger is pulled, this comes forward like this, and it's powered by a spring in there. And then when it comes all the way forward, it goes down like that, which releases the rubber band, comes back and brings a new one, and that repeats until you're all out of ammo. Then we have the gear system, which I will get more into in the mechanism. Then we have a stock, not foldable or anything, but it's pretty sturdy, and I like the feel of it. So that was an overview of the Thompson & Thompson machine gun. Now let's go to a firing demo. Now let's move on to pros and cons. And don't forget to comment down below what you want me to make next with Legos or cardboard or both. Pros. It's full auto and shell ejects, which is the first build that I've had on my channel that is full auto and shell ejects. I've had one that's full auto and I've had one that shell ejects, but not one that does both. The shells are very satisfying when they eject, like they all just drop out when you shoot the rubber bands. The magazine system, even though it takes a lot of clicks and stuff, it's also very satisfying. It's very comfortable, like the grips and just the overall feel. Very realistic looking, but not so realistic that you get it confused with the real one, just because like the colors and the screws in there. The rubber bands are pretty accurate too. Like if you are trying to hit something and you're lined up with it, then one of your shots will hit it. Cons. Even though it's accurate, you do not have that much time to like figure out, okay, how am I gonna change this shot to make it hit the target, because they come out really fast. Like 10 rounds is gone in like less than a second. So it is accurate, but you cannot like change where you're shooting at corresponding to like where the target is. And I'll show you a clip of me experiencing that right here. So another problem that I had with this is that sometimes when I fire the rubber bands, like sometimes they have to be like aligned very in a specific way on the tip, because if they're not, then they all just like go forward but then stay connected to the nozzle right here. And I'll show you a clip of that happening right now. Another con, sometimes this part doesn't like catch on the trigger. Like if I pull it just the tiniest bit, it uncatches like that. And sometimes even when I'm pushing it in the direction that it should catch on, it still doesn't catch, but that happens pretty rarely. So I think that's pretty much it for pros and cons. So I hope you enjoyed the review of this Thompson & Thompson wooden submachine gun. See you guys next time.